Is this like a morgue? What is this place? Is it,
I
like,
think, you know, kind of following the themes. I think this is meant to be like the shower room at the prison.
oh, so we're still allegedly in hallucination land.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
They're doing a lot of these like right now with the weird run from, singularity thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it should be called. I'm just calling it the singularity thing.
Hammer dude.
Hammer dude. We just dodged that bullet.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this though, I didn't actually end up drinking that Southern Tier last night.
No?
Yeah, I looked at it in the fridge a couple times, but I was like, I'm gonna drink it, and I'm just gonna fall asleep. So I didn't drink it, and I stayed awake through like 45 minutes of the game, and then it's like I fell asleep anyway. So, thank you, the evil within you. You put me to sleep. That is revolting. I don't like that one bit.
Let's take a look at him. What's going on here?
It's like, what the fuck is he? He's spewing it out of his like. What? I don't even. I don't even know how to begin with the design of that. That's like a Clive.
Okay.
That's not even like a Clive Barker thing.
No.
It's like beyond Clive Barker.
Like I can't really conceive how the geometry is working right
Yeah,
here.
me
It's
neither.
kind of like
how is he spewing the blood out? There's no. Is there like a thing that the blood is just like perfusing? I guess I have no idea how it's working.
yeah, that's a good word for it, I think.
I don't know if
Yeah.
perfusing is the right word.
Yeah, I don't know either, but it's kind of like there's got to be some kind of a membrane there that it's just like being forced through.
It's like they're misters or something, but it's blood. It's not even mist. It's just like fire hose blood spewing.
I don't even know if I'm going the right way here.
Was that design? Is that design from another game, or are those like originals for this game?
I haven't seen them before. This guy's gonna get me, huh?
Unless you've got a blocker or something.
He's just waiting for me. Jeez. He looks kind of like Deadpool.
A little bit.
In the face, I
think
mean.
it's like it. Yeah, but it's like his face has been ripped off. I like Murph's expression right there.
Oh. So, okay. Whoa. What the fuck is going on down there? Welcome to Gear World.
Yeah. I mean, I have no idea how they go about designing these games. They just kind of like sit in a room and they're like, "Hey, I think this is scary." Okay. There's very little logic to how the game or the design of the creatures or it hasn't been thought out. It's just like, hey, you know what scares me? Guys with spikes and their face rips off and their face ripped off and they missed blood. Okay, that's really scary. I think that's scary too.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, it's just I don't get it.
There's a little bit of a design by committee kind of thing going on as well.
I guess.
You know, it's like there may be like they had 3 artists, and one of them was like, "Oh man, I can't get enough of like spikes. Let's
add more.
Let's just do spikes on everything." And then someone else is like, "Yeah, but what about gore? Like we have to have some gore in here. So let's do intestines." and like exposed gut regions.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
and that kind
I
of
worked
thing.
at legitimate. I mean, you work at a place with like legitimate character design. I worked at tons of places with like, Stan Winston Digital, which had like a character shop in there,
Yeah.
and they did not design characters in any way like they would design a character in this game. Like, it was all very thought out. It was with like it was with like the director or the art director of the movie, or like have like a creature artist draw it with the director just like describing it, or it was in the script. It just seems like they just kind of throw shit at a wall and see what sticks in this game.
And everything sticks.
And everything sticks, yeah. Exactly. And it's kind of disheartening in a way, because I want games to go where movies wouldn't, and this is just going where every movie has gone simultaneously at once. It's like Warp 10 Man, all points of the universe at the same time.
Oh. I let her in. I let her inside the box, man. That's not... Okay. I'm getting a little nervous about the state of my...
Health.
My crowbar, I was going to say.
Your crowbar, okay.
So, is this a metal pipe? I can't tell.
It's pipe.
Yeah, let's try that. We'll switch it up. I don't want my crowbar busting on me while I'm in the middle of a fight. What's this? That is also a metal pipe, but a big one. Let's try that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that these parts are preferable to running around outside looking for a hook kind of thing, but...
A hook we actually didn't need.
Yeah.
But, really...
Oh my!
I had some issues at that point in the game, personal issues. I think basically we spent hours just kind of wandering around in a circle. I wasn't really paying attention to the map. I wasn't skirting the perimeter looking for holes. I failed as a gamer is what I'm saying. And that cost us.
I mean, you're not failing as a gamer more than lots of other people are failing as gamers right now.
Oh, yeah, no. This,
so I wouldn't be so hard on yourself.
Gamergate aside.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring up
think...
Gamergate, but so we're in a Disney room now. I feel like we're in the Great Mouse Detective or something. I have no clue.
Hey, that was a cool movie.
It was pretty cool, but
But this is pretty Be Our Guest or something right now.
Yeah, with a large spinning clock that doesn't appear to actually be part of Clock Tower or something.
Oh yeah, that's right. Technically we're inside a clock tower. I forgot.
Yeah,
about
but it's just sideways. Don't think it would look like that in the clock tower, but
I'm having timing problems here. So
yeah,
let's figure out. I need to pay attention to my over/under kind of performance here. So I'm gonna hit the button around about the 5 mark. Oh, okay.
I might do it around the 3.
That seemed to work.
Oh, the 5 worked, or?
Yeah, barely.
Cool.
So, what even is this?
I don't get it.
Yeah. This is like a cross between Tron and, I guess technically we could be talking about, oh shit. Could be technically talking about Kingdom Hearts situation right now.
Yeah. Oh, so this is just designed to make you barf.
Yeah, this is ridiculous because the centrifugal force
would throw him against the wall and splat
Absolutely.
him.
Hence my failure.
I have to say though, your Twitter experience this week pretty much dissuaded me from ever even remotely touching the Gamergate hashtag.
Oh, that
Like,
wasn't bad.
even for like that kid was on you like right away. Like after you use it, it's just like,
Yeah.
excuse me, sir. Here are some links for you. Well, thank you. Thank you, asshole. I appreciate it. But it was just like I was just like I don't even want to interact with anyone. I just want to interact with people who are like interested in, movies, maybe some business or tech stuff, and other than that, because I tweeted, I actually got some angry people tweeting when I was tweeting about digital domain a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like when DD was going bankrupt and everything, like angry people who worked there at the time.
Yeah.
And they were like all just like, well, did you know that it's like this? I'm like, no, I know it's not like that because I'm talking to the person who's sitting right next to you. So like, so I don't really understand why, why people are like, I'm going to correct you on Twitter. It's like, great, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not particularly interested in what anybody, any, Gamergate supporter would have to say, because I've read just about everything on both sides, and it just seems to be about an excuse to be misogynist, and that's all that I really need to know about it. So
that's pretty much the whole story.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous to think that people are so scared that they're going to be regulated or something, like by feminists. Like, feminism isn't a federal body.
Feminism has been around since the turn of the century, effectively, and I don't think that it's really stopped things from being written, or people have not made movies because of feminism. It's just like somebody has to just, if somebody writes like a feminist critique of a movie or whatever like that, it's like, you don't have to read it. You don't have to even care. It's like, why do you think it's going to? I don't really think that Anita Sarkeesian was the first person to ever do feminist critiques of video games. Maybe she was the first person to do videos like that and to try to have a Kickstarter or whatever. But it's not going to. I don't think she was the first person to ever suggest that these were the issues in there. It's just that you just turned her into a figurehead for it. Because of just like the fact that you flipped out over it, which is completely unnecessary. If you don't like it, just don't read it and move on. That's all that I have to say. You don't have to care. There's too much like this is, I think, something that I've mentioned to you before. It's like, or I've mentioned this to at least my friend Jim about it. It's like the internet is like a machine that generates people caring about things, and it's just like. You don't have to care. You don't have to give a shit. Just play your games, enjoy your games, but don't feel like you have to. Like, people aren't going to stop you. It's not going to stop any. You don't have to be angry about it. It's someone with an opinion. You're allowed to have an opinion too. But you don't have to get all angry because somebody has an opinion that's different than yours. It's like that's what we do in society. We have like discourse. And we have like different opinions and. We have people discussing things like normal human beings. It's not like, anyway, I'm going to shut up now because you
just went off the rails there, Brian.
Yeah, because people are just stupid, and it just bothers me that when people just act stupid and can't actually, and also Gamergate supporters, you're just being played by a bunch of...
What's happening here?
Okay, now we're back to the game. And now we're in, like, Batman or something. I have no idea. Okay, Michael Jackson video time.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, a friend of mine mentioned that the dramatic overreaction to criticism probably is coming out of a sense of helplessness. And, oh shit. I kind of dropped the ball there. But, I think that's interesting. It's, traditionally when somebody is criticizing a piece of work that you're very passionate about, the obvious reaction to have is to is to continue to ensure that this kind of work gets made. And the easiest way to do that is to make that work yourself.
Sure.
So, people who are like, well, I want to play video games that have objectified, over-sexualized women. Like, that's my thing. Step up to the plate, take some classes, learn how to build 3D art or 2D art, find a programmer friend and make that happen over and over again. Like, that's your thing.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, it's like, I don't think anyone's going to stop making games that are somewhat questionable in, like, character-wise or filled with misogyny. But you can't control if somebody wants to write a negative review about that game or whatever. And I think, and it's not like, I think that, I'm the type of person, I'm like, I legitimately do think that, journalistic ethics are important, but this is not about journalistic ethics at all. It's never been about that.
Yeah, I haven't seen any action taken to further that goal.
I mean, it just seems like you're attacking like a bunch of women, who had opinions on the internet, and that's like, that happens a lot, unfortunately, like even outside of gaming. So
now the greater tech community, it happens in medicine, it happens in all kinds of sciences, fields that are traditionally kind of gendered by society for whatever fucking reason.
And the fact is, like, you should just calm down and realize that, that people, they're not out to ruin your fun or stop your fun. It's just people who are expressing a different opinion. You're allowed to have a different opinion, but when it crosses over into like, these people are the worst people on the planet, blah, 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 that's like just absolutely retarded. And you just should give it up and try to actually refine your, in fact, just think about what you're saying and try to actually develop like an intelligent argument. And don't just like, worry about going on Twitter or going on, 8chan, because they don't do Gamergate on 4chan anymore. They don't really do it on Reddit, and they don't really do it on 4chan. So it's like, they're just like getting shoved into worse and worse forums, kind of. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, also if, it's our friend, the postman.
Yeah.
From St. Maria's.
But yeah, I think you should, I think you're right. I think, you should stop worrying about what other people are saying about the things that you like, and just focus on the fact that you like these things. Make them if you want them, but don't think that for some reason the things that you like are above criticism. That's it. Because like you wouldn't expect, it's really strange because I just feel like movies on a whole have kind of like moved past this.
Yep.
But games haven't. So I don't know what it's going to take for games to move past it, but you gotta if you want to be taken seriously as an art form. So
yeah.
And I think you've definitely said something like that. And I know that Chip has said that in conversation too. So like just try to take what you do and what you like. Like don't get too invested in your hobbies. Like there are people who actually make games who are actually like making it who are like, whatever, feminist critique of my game. I don't care. I'm gonna make the game I want to make. But you can have your opinion because it's America and you can have your opinion. I may disagree with your opinion. I may not like it, but I think that anyone who works on a game that is out there expects that it's going to be criticized,
Mm-hmm.
Like even people at any company from like Rockstar to Bethesda to like whatever, they expect that their game is going to get criticized for certain things, I mean, if people didn't review the game, it would mean that no one was interested in the game.
Yeah.
So you have to just understand that if somebody puts out a negative review or a review of some aspect of your game that you don't necessarily agree with, that's just part of like normal writing almost, and like normal things, So there's no sort of like hilarious conspiracy against you. And in fact, it's like, you know, you're the target demographic for most games. So like when people make games, they're making them for you. And it's like that whole fact is like lost on so many people now. And you know what? I'm gonna get back to like talking about this. So we're outside. We're outside now and everything. You know, it just pisses me off, and I really haven't said that much about it because I don't really want to talk about it on Twitter because of what happened. I don't want to continually tweet about it because like I don't want to like
people will jump down your throat.
Yeah, and I don't have the patience. I mean, I run technology for a small company, so like I don't have the patience to, you know, whine, you know, like talk to people on Twitter all day about, you know, talk to 17-year-olds or 16-year-olds on Twitter all day about, you know, lecture them in how to not be stupid. So like I'm not a parent, so I don't have to do that professionally right now. Or as a parent, I don't have to do that. So I'm going to take advantage of the couple of years where I'm not a parent and I don't have to do that, to not do that on Twitter. But yeah, it's like all I have to say is grow the fuck up and learn how to articulate your opinions and learn that other people have opinions that may be different than yours. And that's all. And you don't. But it doesn't involve like there's no like sort of dark conspiracy against you to the point where they're trying to limit your opinion or they're trying to suppress you. They just have a different opinion. So anyway,
you know, I wonder if the saturation of a particular type of game that exists right now, like I wonder if they believe that all games are always going to be the same kind of game. And so if you open up the market to new ideas, new concepts and so on, like if that's going to automatically mean, okay, now everything is feminist. Like, you know, that's like the only reality they have, you know?
Yeah, but that's not the case in, like, books. That's not the case in movies. That's not the case in TV shows. You know?
I saw a thread on Reddit where some kid was talking about how, you know, movies and books and music, they don't have this problem. And this problem was, to him, feminist criticism. And I was like, well, you know, you're not really looking very hard because it's all over the place. It's absolutely all over the place. It exists and it's not a problem.
Yeah, there's
this
plenty
is just
of people
a thing.
Who talk about things from a feminist perspective. And you know what? You don't need to agree with it. You don't even need to like it. In fact, I find, personally, it's like, I find a lot of feminist critiques of movies kind of, you know, like, you know, a lot of them are pretty shallow, but a lot of critiques of movies are shallow in general, like in a lot of cases. So, but you don't have to, I'm not like of the mind where it's like, yeah, I want to ban feminist critiques of movies. That would be ridiculous. Why would I ban that? I may be like, oh, they got that wrong. That's kind of stupid. But I'm not going to say like, don't do it. That's not how like the internet and or America and or society work, you know, because if you have like one opinion on something, it's like it's not particularly interesting. Like, you know, the whole basis of like modern democracies and sort of like, you know, in modern countries is that there are diversity of opinions. Mm-hmm. So we do that because it's inherent in the design of democracy and sort of a, you know, like a media that's open. If you feel that but nobody's going to stop you, you know, from that. I mean, I think Gamergate has had like about 5 or 6 different incarnations in like what it actually is, because it starts out like, oh there's like weird ethics in game journalism, or we're going to stop, but it's turned into like, I'm being, you know, you're oppressing me, and that's like the farthest. It's sort of like every incarnation of it just gets more and more ridiculous. So hopefully we've reached like the peak of it just ending or just like eating itself. You know, because each time it just morphs into like a more ridiculous form almost. You know, so hopefully we're near the end, but who knows at this point. I mean, I honestly thought it was going to be over by like, you know, maybe it'll be over by Thanksgiving. And then because everyone will be like, I gotta brine my turkey, and I gotta maybe it'll be like everyone will be deep frying their turkey. who normally is involved in Gamergate at that point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they'll just be obsessed with that, and then maybe they'll deep fry their turkey and light themselves on fire in their garage, and then we won't have to or burn their garage down while they're inside. So hopefully we won't.
Come on.
I'm just like that guy, that one writer that said that all that everyone should go hang themselves, but that was really funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're back in the game now. We're in a building, lots of spooge. Yeah. Anyway,
we're in the movie theater, by the way.
Oh, cool. Maybe there's a feminist critique lying around.
Yeah. Well, I did just pick up a film reel, so maybe that's got some critique content on there.
Yeah, maybe it's a film print of Feminist Frequency.
Mm-hmm. Really getting a lot of mileage out of this UV light.
Yeah.
So let's take a look in here. What's going on in here? This is another bathroom or something? Bathrooms in movie theaters are always pretty terrible. Okay. Oh, another film reel. And
are those actually just empty reels, or do they actually have movies on them, do you think?
I think they have movies on them.
Are we past, are we still kind of, where you were when you did your first playthrough?
The next item on the to-do list is to go and inquire at the monastery.
Oh, so that's where we were, kind of.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. So we're kind of getting there almost.
Yep. I got sidetracked because now since we've been playing from the beginning of the game, I kind of feel like I have a better understanding of how things work. So I'm before I jump back into the main story, I just wanted to check out some of these places that we now have access to.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's happening here.
Bulb's missing.
So we gotta fix the projector. So we need some projector parts, maybe, or some tools, or what do we need? Film splicing guidelines. Hey, did you ever see, out of curiosity, the David Lynch projectionist instructions for Mulholland Drive?
No.
So with every film print that Mulholland Drive that went out, David Lynch sent special instructions for the movie to the projectionist, and he signed it, "Your friend David Lynch." Which was really funny because he asked them to just crop it so that there was less headroom, and he asked them to turn the audio up a little bit on stuff. So he's just it was just really funny because you rarely ever see a director do anything like that, really, almost. I think Kubrick actually sent instructions for projecting his movies, but it was just really funny because he signed it "Your friend David Lynch." And he is your friend. He's creating art out there for you. So, especially that Twin Peaks is returning now.
Yeah.
So, just remember that, everyone. I think that David Lynch, though, out of all the artists that I've kind of encountered over my life and everything, I think that he's the one that sort of created this the stuff that's really stuck with me, I would say.
Yeah.
I think that I don't really subscribe to the whole, I think that his sort of transcendental meditation stuff, I think it comes from a legitimate place of wanting to do something good for society, but it's kind of misplaced in a way. So I don't really understand how he got that into it. I think that he's just a weirdo. He's just kind of a weirdo in general, but he's a weirdo who has a legitimate sort of artistic. he has like legitimate artistic goals. Like, and he approaches his movies like incredibly seriously, and you know, and wants to get like the best performance out of actors, and wants to like show you something that you've never fucking seen before. And I think that that's like the most important thing that you can kind of take away. Like, at least in his, you know, career and everything, because his career, you know, he's an older dude, and his career is probably, you know, who knows how much longer he's going to be making movies. So you should just like celebrate that, because I think he's just had the most incredible career, and he's a genius. I mean, without sort of any sort of that, and you know, like he's inspired like almost every sort of like, you know, so many different types of movies and so many different types of like genres and everything, that it's hard to see, like it's hard to like look at genres and sort of you know, horror and sort of like fantasy and things like that, and not see his like influence and mystery kind of genre, and not to see like his influence. But yeah, you gotta kill this lady.